Hey guys, in this particular video, I'm going to share with you a Mexc futures tutorial, and I'm going to talk about some uncommon tricks and hacks that you can use in Mexc futures. Now, this video, I'm going to cover some tricks and hacks that I've learned, that I've understood as I was using Mexc futures trading to actually trade futures. Now, I'm going to explain them for you, show you where you can find this trick. Some of these are problems some of you are already facing, and you are looking for ways to solve them. We are going to talk about take profit, stop loss settings. We are going to talk about edging. We are going to talk about isolated and cross. We're also going to talk about limit order, market order, and also share with you some settings that you can apply on your chart or even on your section for trading that would actually help you take better positions in the market. So quickly, guys, let's move on. But before that, if you are not using Mexc for your futures trading, then I don't know what exchange you are using. But then you can sign up. There's a link in the description. And for new users that sign up, you stand a chance to be able to claim up to 10,000 USDT. So quickly, the link is going to be in the description. And one more thing, check the description of this video. There are some important materials that I've left for you so you can actually be able to apply them in your financial journey. So let's move on right here. So quickly, let's go on to futures on Mexc right here. And first of all, let's talk about the isolated and the cross. Now, a lot of people do not understand this, but I'm going to explain to you what it means. Now, isolated simply means you are isolating a portion of your funds to be able to use in the market. So the other ones that is isolated is kept safe. And even if the market has a turnover and has used the money you use for trading, it's never going to touch those ones that you use. Now, let me give you a typical example for this. So let's say you have a total of 100 USDT or $100, and you want to go into a particular market with just $50. So you have $50 left. If you fix in isolated margin mode, it simply means you are going to be using $50. Now, if this $50 is used up, like you lose it, it's not going to take from your other $50. So it's going to keep that safe and just take you out of the market once this $50 that you brought into the market is used up. But in the cross, it can cross over. That is what it means. It can finish using up your $50 and then start using the other $50 to maintain your position in the market. Personally, I've only used cross, I think, 2022 when I was trying to trade Shiba Inu. So it finishes my fund that I used in the market and then started using the one that I kept. And I did that on purpose because I want to remain in that market. So, guys, you need to understand the difference between these two, but that is how it works. For as a beginner, make sure you are using isolated. Now, let me talk about leverage. Leverage allows you to take higher position in the market with smaller assets. So let's say you have 50 USDT, but then you want to take a $1,000 position. You can use a 20x leverage, 50 times 20, 1,000. Or you have $100 and you want to take a $2,000 or maybe $1,000 position. You have $100 times 10x, 10x leverage, 100 times 10, 1,000 position. Now, another thing you need to understand is why leverage helps you take a higher position. It means you are getting higher returns and it means you are also going to face higher losses. So you want to keep that in mind. Now, moving on, let me share with you one of the main reasons I made this video, and it's all about hedging. So, in Mexc or in most exchange, once you take a short position, you will not be able to take a long position. Or once you take a long position on a particular currency pair, you will not be able to take a short position on that particular currency pair. In order for you to be able to take both long and short position on one particular currency pair, you need to actually turn off or on a particular setting. And I'm going to share with you where to find that. It's called edging. So you go into settings right here, and then there are lots of them. So let's just go through. You can see account access mode, single asset margin. So right here, there are multiple, they are single. So let's go through this. Trading pairs using the same settlement currency shares margin. Upon liquidation, only the settlement asset is affected. So most likely leave it on this. Now position. Now this is what I'm talking about. Position. For most of you, you are going to see one way. One way, it simply means position can only be held in one direction. So if you take long, you cannot take short. If you take short, you cannot take long. But by putting it on edging, both long and short position can be held the same time. So as you can see, mine is set at edge mode. Also, we have leverage mode, simple leverage mode, simple leverage, multiplier and margin mode for both long and short. But advanced, different margin multipliers and margin mode. So leave it as simple just to not confuse you just there. So we also have hot events. You can turn this off. You can see it most likely right here. Now you can see price protections is turned off, flash trading right here is turned off. You can see display estimate liquidation price. This is showing your liquidation price. For those of you that do not understand what liquidation price, it's simply the price the market will get to and it will take you off the market. It means you have exhausted your position in the market. Reverse position protection is turned on. Then you can see all that settings right here. You can also set your rise and fall and candle patterns. Your entire layout can be set. First trading and closing price. You can turn off the two or you can turn off one. You can see value display format. You can see standard, indexed. You can also see your time zone in 24 hours or in UTC. You can see all of these settings. You can also see your team settings. You can also set up your notification bar right here and your notification sound and everything you need to set. So this is one part of futures that a lot of people do not know about. Now, moving on, let's talk about limits and market order. So a lot of people still have a little bit of confusion between limit and market order, but I'm going to give you a simple explanation. For market order, you are entering the market, you are opening a long or short position in the market with the current price of the asset. In this case, Bitcoin. Once we go for market order and we click on to open a long position, we are going into the market or taking a position from the current price of the asset. So it's going to pump from this current price. But limit order is we are taking a position with a particular price in mind. So we'll fix the particular price we want the market to get to before it opens a position for us, whether in the long or in the short side of the market. So that is basically what that means. Now, moving on right here, we have the take profit and advance mode. A lot of people just fix it right here. But most time, let me just fix in a cost right here. I love moving on right here to this advanced to be able to set this. And right here, we have returns of earnings, but you can easily change this to P&L, which is means profit and loss, so that whenever you enter a particular set price, guys, you should be able to see your returns. So in this case, right here, let me just go for 90. So you can see my losses. So this is the stop loss. Now, one simple thing I want to share with you, if you are taking a long position, your take profit should be higher than your current market price or limit price. If you are taking a short position, your take profit should be lower than your market price or your limit price, as in the case of limit order. And your stop loss should be higher in the short position. Your stop loss should be higher than your current market price or the limit price you fix. And for stop loss, for long position, your stop loss should be lower than your market order or the limit price that you fix for that particular asset. So that is one thing I also want to share with you right there. Moving further, one more thing I want to share with you is this section where you can see your position. That is what is displaying what is actually going on in the market currently, or the trade that is actually activated. Open order, the trade that you've set up. So most likely you are going to see all of those limits trade that you set right here. So let me clear off this trade. So you can see I've cleared up all my open orders. So open order is mostly for limits or orders that have not been executed yet. Position is based on the position you have in the market. So I'm also going to close all of this too. All right. So you can see this position is closed. Now we can go on to our order or trade history to be able to see all of the trades that we've taken. Even yesterday, you can see your P&L, your profit and loss, your field price, your field amount, order price, amount, leverage, direction, status, and all of this. You can see all of them right here. So you need to also see that. Right here, you can see your total P&L that you have in the market if you have multiple positions open. Now, one more thing I want to share with you right here is for some of you are having issues with this is where you can change your currency pairs. Make sure it's on USDT M. So you're on USDT futures, not USDC. Now, one more thing, which is also very important, I almost forgot that, is that we have what is called a futures calculator. So we have a futures calculator right here where you can calculate your P&L, your target price, your liquidation price, your max open, your entry, and a whole host of other things. So if I want to calculate my P&L without even taking the trade, I can start moving on right here, fixing my entry price, fixing my close price, my futures quantity, and then calculate. Also in the short direction, my target price, if I'm aiming for a particular profit and I want to see which particular price I should target to get that particular profit, I can do that. Also, my liquidation price, I can do that. And also right here, a lot of people get confused with this. Order by cost is in USDT. So if your base is USDT, make sure it's on USD. Most times it gets confusing when people try to trade with BTC, but make sure you are focused on USDT as your base coin. Like if you are trading Solana / USDT, let it be order by cost. If you are trading BTC USDT, let it be order by cost. It's easier for you to be able to understand what you are doing in the market. So since it's order by cost, if I put 50 here, it's 50 USDT. Make sense? Yes. So that is all about Mexc futures and some of the uncommon hack and tricks that you can use to actually navigate this market in order for you to take favorable position and in order for you to be able to be successful with futures trading on Mexc exchange. Don't forget to actually sign up using my referral link in the description of this video. And guys, I'll see you in the next video.